Our next guest today is Marcus Veerman, and Marcus is the man behind a lovely concept, and that is called Sunflower September.
Ooh.
Good afternoon, Marcus.
How you going?
Very well, and yourself?
Yeah, lovely day.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Sun is shining, spring has sprung. We don't have to wait until Tuesday.
Oh, that starts spring, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah,
Yes, and that's when Sunflower September kicks off. Can you tell us a bit about this project that you're doing?
Yeah, sure. So I run a charity called Playground Ideas. We create spaces for children all over the world. And a couple of years ago, just off my own bat with my children, I planted a bunch of sunflowers out the front of my house. And the community just loved it. I mean, they just responded so warmly to it. And when this sort of ISO lockdown thing happened, it just sort of came to me that, you know, maybe we could do this on a kind of a citywide scale.
Sure.
Where we could basically paint the town yellow in sunflowers as kind of a way to show the community that we're all in this together. We're all a bunch of single, solitary sunflowers, but I mean, what's more hopeful and joyous than an entire field of sunflowers? So basically, the campaign is to try and get 2020, because this is the 2020, the year of dread.
Annus horribilis.
We're all about to die from Ebola or something from the water system as well, just to add that to the thing.
Oh.
Well, lucky we're not affected down here in the southeast suburbs. I know my mum.
I didn't think we were either, but I got a text yesterday saying that we were included. That now.
Where are you?
So I don't know what's happening now. Oh, I'm in Brunswick, but we weren't on the list. But I got a text. So anyway, so 2020 is our aim to get 2020 people planting sunflower seeds in a public place, so on their nature strip or their front yard, just as an act of solidarity to show people that we're all in this together and we're doing it together. And from the funds raised from that, we will donate, if we get more, it'll be more, but at least 2 of our noodle carts, which is a very highly stimulating loose parts play space.
Yes, I watched your video on YouTube. The noodle carts. Yeah. Now, for our listeners' benefit, noodle is NUDLKART, not NOO. Right.
Yeah, not noodle, not like noodle box. Yeah,
no, not noodle box.
Now,
and we're going to donate those to schools for children's social development. I mean, kids have really lost a huge amount. I spoke to a parent just the other day who said that really her child has had almost zero interaction with other children since Easter. So, and that's multiplied by I mean, it's a serious issue that the children in the sort of, you know, these crucial periods of their life are missing out on that social development. And Noodle Cart really helps to create a very social, collaborative, prototyping, innovative space for children to play together.
It's a positive reaction, isn't it? And I can hear a dog in the background. Is that your dog?
Dog's excited.
Your doggy. What type of doggy have you got? Not yours?
No. I'm standing in a park watching my son right now at the, inverted commas, dirt jumps that the kids, a bunch of 14-year-olds, God bless their cotton socks, have started digging holes in the park and making jumps. And my 7-year-old is just in awe. So I've been coming down here and he's been, trying out the little bumps and stuff around there. It's some great sort of multi-age sharing and, it's really good. Really
Lovely.
Fantastic watching these young adolescent boys doing positive stuff and looking after the young kids. It's great.
Yes. Now, with the sunflowers, you're sending out seeds or seedlings?
So seeds. So basically, at the noodlecart.com website, people can go and buy a packet of seeds. They're $6.50, and that works out to be essentially the same price as another popular brand of sunflower seeds you can buy from another large big box hardware store.
Yeah, the
big green shed.
We take the profits, but we take the profits and we use them to donate noodle carts to schools. Mm-hmm. And they get 150 seeds in a packet for $6.50, which is enough for you to plant them all down your front yard and then give a few to your neighbours. So the idea is that, and actually, we've had a lot of it. We had one woman who bought 30 packets and she's going to distribute them to her whole street, which I thought was really, that'd be so cool. I can't
That's
wait
a brilliant
to see
idea.
Oh, yes, an avenue of sunflowers. How wonderful.
Yeah.
Now,
I like that idea of like an avenue of honour, right? Like,
yeah,
like
sure.
the friendships that we've lost in 2020, we've created this sunflower avenue of honour as this temporary sign that, we will be friends again.
That's
will see
it.
each other.
You ever been, out and about in the dark, and all of a sudden, in the corner of your eye, there's a man there, or there's a big scary man, and you turn around and it's actually a sunflower. It's happened to me heaps of times. They're scary as at night. They're lovely during the day, but they scare me willikers. Oh dear!
Oh, you've just ruined my whole campaign. Laura, what have you done? People will be walking down these streets, and all of a sudden they felt friendly, and they're just looking over their shoulder every 5 seconds. There's all these people lurking in the front yard.
Yes, and of course, a couple of was it last year? Molly and I had a sunflower growing competition.
I heard about this.
Yeah, yes, and I got, I'm not really that much of a gardener. I do the radio show, and it showed with this competition because I got slaughtered. Molly slaughtered my pants off.
I heard that your sunflowers possibly didn't even come out of the ground at all.
They didn't.
Is that true?
They didn't. Yeah, I just I planted.
Is a sad indictment,
I planted them way too deep, and then I compacted the soil on top. Not a good idea.
Whereas
yeah, no.
I did the opposite.
Actually, how do you guys just direct sow your sunflowers in the ground? Because I don't do that. Is that how you've done
That's
that
what
in the
we
past?
did.
Well, Fluoro,
So
clearly, whatever you did, I'm not copying what you did. I was actually...
No.
You tell us how it's done. Go for it.
Well, no, Molly, do you just put them in the soil? Or do you grow them as seedlings in a greenhouse or something?
Well, last year I was brave and I just sowed them direct. But this year I've got a different plan of attack, and I've already started. Oh, I can hear the beautiful dicky birds.
It sounds so good, doesn't it? It's beautiful.
Yes, right above me.
Oh, it's great radio. I love it.
How gorgeous.
Brilliant.
Yeah, perfect. They're just giving you that 3D kind of oral sound effect. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's it. They're agreeing with us.
And all those birds, that's the other side effect of this. Is if people, sunflowers are full of oil, so they're very, very nutritious for birds and bees and other things.
Yeah, they're like red lollies. The equivalent of red lollies for kids.
So actually, by doing this, we can, in this time where we don't have the sort of humans roaming the streets in millions of numbers, it might be a nice way to bring back a bit of nature to our suburbs for the year and bump up the numbers of things in our suburbs.
Oh, yes. Now, in answer to your question about the sunflowers, I've got a different plan this year. A couple of weeks ago, I was getting really rather frustrated with the current situation. I thought, what can I do? And I rummaged through my seeds and I found the head of one of last year's sunflowers, and I've decided to propagate them in my sunroom. It's not a flash setup. I've just got little seed trays, a little bit of soil, and I've popped them in, and I've put a bit of cling wrap over the top, so they're in their own little mini greenhouse. And they came up within 2 days.
Yeah, they are very... that's what I love about them. They're so kind of interactive that you get that kind of effect. But what I'm doing, because I want to grow big ones, so I'm actually germinating them in a couple of sheets of moist paper towel.
Right.
And then what I do is actually select the ones that have the strongest root and the most vigorous growth.
Right.
And then I plant those ones. So I'm actually kind of doing a bit of genetic engineering where I'm actually right from the get-go looking for the ones that have the most vigorous growth.
A bit of not so natural selection.
Yeah. Well, I just figure that way, because I'm planning on. It's interesting you said that avenue of honour. So I'm actually planning on planting my seeds in 2 rows, like an avenue of honour on my nature strip that people can divert from walking on the footpath to walking through these sunflowers.
I'm going to put mine in a meandering
so if I'm going to do that. So if I want them all to germinate and grow kind of a similar height, if I do it that way, I can kind of make sure that I've got really strong growers, and then I put them in egg cartons and some just rolled up paper pots. You know how you just get paper and roll it around a bottle, and then once they get going and they're sort of fairly significant seedlings, I'll put them in the ground. Because I live near a park, we've got a lot of, as you heard, a lot of wildlife, and I think they're probably going to pluck out all those juicy little seedlings if they're too small, basically.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with the materials you're using, you can just pop them straight in the ground. You don't need to remove that material, do you? Because it's all biodegradable.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, I mean, I'll probably just pull the bottom off the egg cartons and the paper pots, just tear a bit off the bottom to make sure there's nothing to get in the way of the roots. Because there's lots of kids who'll be passing by, they need a strong root base that they can, they're not going to fall over if a little child falls on them. Yeah.
Now, Marcus, I have some good news for you. I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, the lovely Matt Chester, and he's the head honcho at the beautiful Ripponlea House and Garden.
Oh, yeah, it's lovely down there.
Wow.
And I said to him, have you got any space? What's happening where the dahlias normally are? And he said, nothing at the moment. And I said, well, what about some sunflowers? So, bang, he's your first customer. He's already gone online and ordered his seeds. So
awesome. Yeah, actually, we had a lot of people. We've done a soft launch, so we haven't kind of, put out the website page yet. I just put it on our local Facebook Brunswick group, and we've had over 300 households sort of in that general area already. So I'm expecting this is going to be massive. So that's great. Ripponlea, we haven't got many on that side of town, so that's great. Fantastic.
There you go.
Good on you.
No worries. Spread the sunshine. That's what I say.
That's the way. Extend the family. Extend the family. That's the way it goes. Yes, and it's all about networking. Molly, you're a fantastic networker. You've done well this week. We've got great guests.
Yes. And Marcus actually knows somebody else from Southern FM, don't you, Marcus?
Do you? Does he?
I do, yeah. Daniel Teitelbaum.
Oh, yeah, the velvet couch.
Play specialist.
The
play
the Velcro couch. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So Playground Ideas focuses on supporting communities with free tools to build playgrounds all over the world.
Oh, yeah.
We've supported about 2 million children, and Daniel is very much into how to create playful spaces for learning, and he does corporate training and all sorts of stuff through play. So we've sort of connected on lots of levels, which is great. Yeah,
Terrific.
And he also happens to be a DJ on your radio station. There you go.
He does, but sometimes he has difficulty getting out of the Velcro couch. He gets stuck to it. So, for our listeners' benefit, Marcus, how do they get their hot little hands on these seeds?
So they can visit Playground Ideas Facebook page, or they can visit Noodle Cart's Facebook page, or they can visit Noodle Cart, which is NUDELKART.com, and in the purchase section they'll see some seeds. And also, if people are interested in doing something really interesting during their isolation time and looking for some more content to watch, we have a feature-length film made about the making of Noodle Cart in Lebanon, Beirut, Lebanon. And actually, interestingly, just as a topical point, the area that it was filmed in has now just been obliterated. So that was completely bombed. I don't know if you saw that on the news. But we have a bundle package, so we've got a special price on that film at the moment to go with the seeds if you buy them together. So there's that, and you can also buy for your kids if you're a parent and you're locked down and going a bit insane. We actually have we specially did this in the first lockdown. We created a Noodle Cart Mini, which is like a desktop-sized replica of the original one.
Ooh, that sounds like my cup of tea.
Sale as well. And they come. It's really cool. So they come all flat packed in these flat sheets, and you snap the pieces of plywood out of their little sheets, and then you assemble the cart. And then once you've done that process, then you can keep playing with the cart with all the interesting bits and pieces.
Yes, I watched the video and it was fantastic. And the lengths you've gone to make it completely environmentally friendly are just hats off to you, Marcus. Terrific.
Yeah, shipped plastic free. All sorts of there's a lot of thinking that's gone into the design.
Yeah, I'm often thinking when I go to a pharmacy or something and I want to buy something and they put it in a bag and then it's in a cardboard box, and then inside the cardboard box is another plastic wrapper, and then inside the plastic wrapper another plastic wrapper, and so on and so on and so on. I just want what's inside. Yeah. I don't need all this other crap, and we've got to do something about this because we've only got one planet.
Yeah, and we've only got a certain amount of oil.
Indeed.
And unfortunately, the petrochemical companies see plastic manufacture as kind of the saving grace. So as petrol declines, we see the rise of plastic consumption, and so I think it's really important to be conscious of that because, and as you've seen in every supermarket, everything is plastic wrapped now.
Yeah.
I just went shopping today and trying to avoid it is just a nightmare.
I look forward to the day when we have our own durable containers that we can take to the supermarket and say, I want 50 grams of that, I want 200 grams of that. They press a button, it's full, you chuck it back into your trolley and off you go. It makes sense to me. I don't know about you.
Well, I imagine in your suburb, like there are bulk places. So in my suburb, in Brunswick, there's this amazing place called Ceres Environmental Park, where you can buy everything in bulk, and you can take your own containers. Absolutely,
there you go.
And there's even great restaurants. The Moroccan Soup Bar is a restaurant near us, and you can take your own pots and pans, and they'll just fill them up with their delicious stuff, and you can take it home from there.
That's
really
the ticket, isn't it?
And in fact, maybe if you started asking your local restaurant, they might do it for you. I don't think there's actually.
That's right.
Be proactive. Some people might say there's OH&S problems, but if it's your pot and you're the only one going to eat out of it, it sort of strikes me as kind of strange.
Yeah. Oh well. Unfortunately, we do have a bit of a nanny state, and that's a social issue that we must overcome.
Yeah. Well, I think we should avoid that for now. I think we're going to avoid the all those issues with what's currently happening.
We're not an editorial. We're not an editorial radio show.
I'm going to leave the politics alone.
That's it. Let's talk about gardens.
Yes. So, Sunflower September. Get on board. What a great thing to do. And I just love your concept of how you described it. Of we're all sharing the same soil. We're near each other, but we're not touching, and we're standing tall and shining.
That's powerful. That's positive. Well, thank you very much for being on our show, Marcus. It's been fantastic. And contact details. What's your web presence like? Tell us.
Well, so if you're in isolation and you want to build a playground in isolation, go to playgroundideas.org.
Yeah.
If you want the sunflowers, go to noodlecart.com.
Yep.
And we're across all the social channels, so Instagram, Facebook, any of those things. If you look at Noodlecart, Nudelkart, or Playground Ideas, you'll find us there. You know what? Just Google us.
Yes.
And you'll find us. Or just hashtag Sunflower September. You'll find us with that as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, sure. Brilliant.
What a great idea.
Thanks
I
so
can't
much,
wait to see the fruits of your success
with
Melbourne glowing.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I can't wait to see the Bayside area on fire from a satellite, bright yellow.
That's
bright
it.
Yellow.
Let's paint it yellow. Plant it yellow.
Yay.
Thanks for joining us, Marcus. I'll let you get back to your park life.